Join us for this week's video as we explore Noosa and the surrounding area. For the first time in 7 months on the road, we have started tracking our spending, so stick around if you're curious to know how much life on the road costs us.
Welcome back. We are still in the same area, Peregian Beach.
Hopefully we're saying it right this time.
We definitely weren't before. But yeah, we've just been staying at Sharnah's friend's place and it's been raining all week until today.
The sun is shining.
All of a sudden there's not a cloud in the sky. So we're just going to go for a little walk down the coast and check out the little town here. I've got to go and get my camera. I dropped it off at a camera store in Maroochydore, which is like the city of the Sunshine Coast. So I'm waiting for the peak hour traffic to calm down a little bit before we go down there, because it gives me, there's a bit of anxiety driving the bus around there. So yeah, we'll just have a look around here and wait it out a bit.
Have a look at the beach.
Maybe. It's a good day for it. Parking is legal or not, because there's a yellow line but we're not on the road.
Fingers crossed. I reckon it's fine.
Alright, so we're back in Noosa this week and we've come into the national park from the Sunrise Beach side, which is the opposite end to where we were last week in the video that we did. But we've just come up onto the headland here and it is absolutely stunning, hey?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Feels like a little paradise up here.
Yeah, this is what I had in mind when we thought like winter in Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful sun shining weather, but it's only going to last for the next 2 days.
Yep, and then it's
Back
rain,
to rain.
for the foreseeable future as well, as far as the
Yeah.
forecast will show me. So we're making the most of it and just going to spend the rest of the afternoon out here hiking, I think.
Yeah, we'll have a look around. So where are you planning on taking me?
Up to the top here.
So we just talked to a lady on the track and she said she saw a mum and a baby whale and some dolphins. So we're stopping for a minute to see if we can see.
Love to see the whales.
Nathan thinks that he might have lost his drone for good. Trying to get the whale shot.
Yeah, the battery's just going down super quick. Like
Yeah.
I went out there with 60%, started coming back at 40, and now I'm on 20. I'm just trying to fly to the closest bit of land instead of coming back towards me, and then I'll just like hopefully get it over land, and then just, yeah, whatever. If I crash it onto land, at least I have a chance of finding it. If it falls in the ocean, I've got nothing. It's on 6%.
Is there a chance it could come back to us or no?
It's 500 meters away. I'm just having to fly the long way. I'm trying not to go over people.
How good that you got your drone back. You thought it was going to be gone.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Can I get a bit of excitement?
Nah.
I knew you would get it back.
I'm just annoyed that even happened though. Like I had to fly the long way because I thought it wasn't gonna make it back in. I think there's a bit of a offshore wind, so I got out there hell quick and then wouldn't come back in. But anyways,
The drone lives to see
So I
another day.
Don't get to upgrade still.
I feel like you secretly wanted to crash it so you could get a new
I've been trying to lose
one.
my drone for years so I can get a new one. I want to see what it looks like. covered it in biscuit and Nutella.
These stairs again this morning. Yeah, run and jump. Ready? Oh my god, you made it!
Alright, so yesterday we hiked all the way from Sunshine Beach to Noosa. I think I was calling it Sunrise Beach, but it's actually Sunshine Beach. We initially were going to hike maybe like 2/3 of the way, and then we were going to backtrack back to the bus, but we had Sharnah's friend Kristen come and rescue us.
So
and
we
then
completed the hike.
yeah, so we did the full thing, just one way obviously. It's like 10.5 kilometers, I think, if you do the full thing there and back. So obviously we did about 5, and then we celebrated with chips.
Yeah, it was like kind of like frozen yogurt but for chips, so you could like, you would have seen, you can like pick your toppings, and
Yeah.
it was fun. It was expensive, which we
Oh,
were
it
warned
wasn't.
about.
It wasn't worth the price, but just for the novelty of
Yeah,
doing
it
it
was
once, we did it. And then I celebrated even further with frozen yogurt as well,
Yeah.
which was delicious. A bit of a blowout, and we are actually keeping track of our budget for the first time since being on the road this week, because a couple of people have asked recently how much we spend on the road, and we don't know.
Yeah. And I think we need to rein it in, personally.
I think we can get a coffee every second day.
No.
But we're having a little bit of a chill day today, catching up on some things. One thing that we are saving money on at the moment is laundry, because we're staying at our friend's place. We're using their washing machine, which we're grateful for, because laundries are
probably one of our biggest expenses
It's
after fuel.
fuel, food, laundry,
Yeah.
I think. So we're saving money on that, and we haven't been driving around much. So it's not really a typical week for the budget, but we'll start keeping track of it anyways, and we'll let you guys know at the end of this video how much we've spent this week.
And I'd be interested to know if there's any other van lifers like watching this, like how you guys go with budgeting, or what your tips and tricks are, because I've never kept a budget before. I'm nearly 30 years old, I've never kept a budget. I'm like, wow, that's bad. So yeah, we don't even really know like what we should set ourselves, like how much we should set ourselves. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys limit yourself to and how you go sticking to that.
Yeah. Is it unreasonable to have a coffee every second day?
Yes.
Let us know.
I think 1 a week.
Yeah. Anyways, we're heading back out to Noosa now, but we're going to a different area, so we'll see you there.
budgeting's going well, we can see here, guys. So what is on the agenda for today?
Well, I wanted to get out of here sooner because there's a lot of traffic on the roads in this area. But we have a few things we need to do. We've got to go and empty our toilets. So there's a dump point about 35 minutes away. We'll go there, sort that out, also fill up our water tanks, and then we're heading back to the hinterland, but to a different area. I want to check out some waterfalls that I know of. I think they're kind of like a lesser known spot. Bit hard for us to get there in the bus, so I'm just gonna have to park as close as I can. It's like winding gravel roads, so I'll just find somewhere to pull over and then ride my push bike the last few k's and then hike into these waterfalls. Sharnah's gonna give it a miss just because I don't know what to expect, if it's gonna be a tough hike or anything like that. So she's gonna do her admin day today and then I'll do my admin day probably tomorrow when you girls go to the shops or something like that. Yeah, that's what's happening. So we're just finishing up our breakfast dishes and we'll get going.
This is Nate's favourite part of bus life. He absolutely loves emptying the toilet. And I love it even more if I just get to watch from inside the bus from a safe distance. How'd you go?
I told you not to poo in there.
Just for reference, we don't do number twos in this.
I just got a number 2 on my shoulder walking back over here.
Ew!
There's nothing I could do about it. Literally, did our laundry yesterday. I just put this jumper on. Oh, now I'm touching my face.
Good luck, babe. It's good luck. He's ignoring me.
What is lucky about that? A bird just pooed on me. Pink pajamas. Alright, so this spot here, well and truly exceeding my expectations. I think this might be one of the nicest waterfalls that I've actually seen on the Sunshine Coast. And there's about 3 more upstream, And then downstream, I don't know if there's any more waterfalls, but the creek continues and the forest gets super thick and lush, so I might go and explore that as well. But this is such a good spot. It's not marked, I don't think it has a name, but it was pretty easy to get down here.
Molly?
Yes.
Cheers!
So the moment you have all been waiting for. Probably not. But this week we spent $847.80, and I'm hoping that's not how much we spend every week, because this was a bit of a unusual one. We saved money in some areas and I spent a lot more in others. So our groceries were $195.09. Sharnah thinks we can save a lot of money on that and make better choices, but I'm still hungry, so I don't think we can. We spent $126.58 eating out, which is not good. Probably my fault again. Our insurance came out. Obviously that's just a monthly thing, and that was $160.20. Yeah, I had a few unusual expenses as well. So I had to buy a new hard drive to store all my photos and videos on, and that alone is $250. So I usually have to buy one on average about once every 3 months. And I also had to get new shoes, which I don't know when the last time I bought new shoes is. Sharnah was nagging me saying that they were smelly and I had to get rid of my old ones, so that was $80. And yeah, Sharnah bought a shirt and some leggings as well, I think. Lastly, Sharnah also got a mobile bill, which we think is her cloud storage for her iPhone, and that was $15. So yeah, that brings the total to $847.80. We're gonna keep going with tracking our spendings, and hopefully next week is less, but we'll see. Let us know if you are curious to see how much we spend next week, and we'll put that in the vlog as well. But thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned, because we are doing some more traveling in the next vlog. We're not going to be here in the Sunshine Coast. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see you next week.